Welcome guys to Last Call Gaming. My name is Craig Prowse, and joining me for his official time behind the camera is my friend and yours, my brother Geno Prowse. Ooh, I like it.
In syncies for these twinsies.
So guys, if you're watching this isn't an official Last Call Gaming episode. So what happened, we couldn't record yesterday and we're actually leaving town today. So this is kind of more of a filler episode because we told you guys that there's going to be a certain amount of entries for the Nintendo Switch Lite. So this video is being made so that you can still submit it in the comment section to get it. And the way you get the Switch Lite is make sure you're subscribed, make sure you like the video, and then make sure you leave a comment with hashtag Switch Lite with the color of your choice. So we're not going to go over any big stories. Essentially, it's just going to be a small episode where we're just kind of going to riff a little bit. But before we do that, let me explain what we're doing this weekend. So we are going to Phoenix to go see the Distant Worlds Final Fantasy, kind of like an orchestra band type setup.
Yeah.
It's going to be at the Phoenix Symphony Hall. I'm going, Geno's going, Manju's going to go. We're waiting for him when he gets off of work, and Cece's going to go. So that should be fun.
And Cien is live, and our buddy Cameron from high school.
Cameron meeting is there?
Cameron's meeting us there.
Oh, okay,
Coming
cool.
down from Prescott.
So hopefully we get some good video and some good pictures, and we'll have that on the next episode, and we'll kind of recap that. We're also going to go check out a Cardinals versus Lions game.
First official game.
First official game, guys. So that we got a big weekend, so we just want to make sure we pump out something small for you guys so you guys can watch it so we don't leave you empty-handed. So I also want to say we did upload the top 5 Super Nintendo games that me and Andrew did, and the main thing is that it can't have any Mario game in it. So I'm going to leave a link in the description. Make sure you guys go check that out so you have another video that you can watch until next week we can get back in the saddle. So starting it off, let's just rip a little. Geno, you brought something to my attention. What's on your mind?
Yes, sir, I did. So I follow Limited Run Games. They are a site online that what they do is games that are usually a digital version or a game that's not well known or something. What they'll do is they'll make a physical copy and they'll make a very limited run of the game and they'll release it. So what you can do is if you're a member, you can sign up, you can get an email alert. That's how I found out about this morning. And what they'll do is they'll say, hey, it's going to come out in about 3 hours. There's an actual time clock. You're limited to how much you can actually do. But what was cool is this morning popped up was the Jay and Silent Bob Mall Brawl, which looked cool. And what was even cooler is it came out, the release that they're doing is a Nintendo NES cartridge.
Yeah,
which
really
I thought was way cool because I was thinking, because I've gotten Toe Jam and Earl, we just played that a little bit, came out on the actual PS4 disc. This one's coming out on the cartridge. So a couple things that I thought was pretty cool. Number one, which you can get them in different colors.
Yeah, that was cool. Like
we
Jay yellow, I think, and stuff like that.
Yeah, Jay was yellow, Silent Bob green, and then you could get the classic NES gray, obviously, that was cool. And they come in a couple different bundles. So one of them was $54.99, and what it was, you could pick the color of your choice, and it came with a dust sleeve, so you can actually store it. It comes with an actual manual, and it comes with a hardcover retro case that you could have.
Yeah, see, I didn't know it came with all that.
So the next one was an $84.99 premium one, and what they do is the game you get actually comes with a numbered serial. So they only did like 1,000 of them or something like that. Comes with everything the other one came with, but this one comes with a collectible card, and then it also comes with the soundtrack on a physical CD that you guys can actually keep, and it comes with a poster.
Nice.
And then there was a couple things that I wanted to look at with it because I was like, who's developing this game? So I looked it up. It was Thomas Ginian actually programmed it, and he is from Spoony Board Productions, which I haven't heard of. So I did a little bit of research, and they actually have been around for 22 years, May 29th.
Oh, nice.
Was their birthday. They did a little thing. So I looked up,
cool.
Not a lot of games that I've heard about. Eskimo Bob was probably the biggest one that I saw.
I like that.
But the game is a nice beat-em-up brawler set in the mall. It had a real Double Dragon just kind of vibe to it, which seemed really, really cool. Did you get to watch the trailer?
Yeah, I watched it because it showed that the trailer was about maybe a month or so ago. So because they're still doing pre-orders, and from what I saw, the game, I think they're aiming for like December.
Yeah, so it's not going to ship right away when you buy it, and even if you put it in your cart, it doesn't guarantee that you get it. You have to do a full final checkout because these games are selling quick and they're very limited numbers. But yeah, the gameplay looked amazing. The trailer looked cool. It had a couple special weapons. One thing I noticed was one of the sprites they were fighting, it looked like the official mall guard that planted the little drug bag on him. Yeah. Because he's beating up all these generic ones. Yeah.
These guys don't know who LaForge is.
And then one guy had just a full on like little beard with a shirt open, and I knew it had to be him. And they did a couple. They
got
showed
two confirmed kills.
They showed a couple power weapons, so
Cool.
It looked like a pretty cool little thing. And the one thing that stood out is it's 1 or 2 players, so you can play with your buddy. But the cooler thing is it's not region locked, so you can play this here, Europe, anywhere you need to go. You're not subject to just playing in the United States, which is cool. So anybody can order this game, anybody can pick it up with a buddy, and play co-op.
I like that a lot because we all know that well, not all know. If you're a fan of Kevin Smith, you're following that the Jay and Silent Bob reboot movie is coming too. So kind of perfect timing to launch a game. Which when I looked, because I went to go try to pre-order it. It was all like out of stock, so I think maybe
a lot of them are.
I didn't check any of the higher bundles, so maybe those ones are still open. But definitely cool and definitely worth checking out.
Yeah, there's one higher bundle with it's like $240, and it comes with the game.
$240?
Yeah, it comes with the NES game with everything, and it comes with another game that because they usually do 2 a month, and it pairs them both. And the other game, I didn't get the name, but it comes out on everything on PlayStation 4. You get a version of it. So
perfect. Well, that's really cool. And so if you guys are looking forward to that, I'm sure you can just Google it, but maybe we'll find the link that will take you to the site. You can leave that in there. So moving on, the next thing I wanted to talk about, guys, was Gears 5. If you have the Ultimate Game Pass, you can actually start playing that today. Because I don't have the Ultimate, I just have the regular one. I went to go download it. It still says you're early, and that the original date is the September 9th. Right. So 6 is now if you have the pass. And there's trailers, tons of trailers you guys can go watch, and the gameplay looks great.
Yeah, we watched the trailer right before this, and the attention to detail looked really cool.
Yeah,
because I was
really
watching the video. That girl at the very end, it shows her hair just braided with the little knickknacks in it. Like that looked clean. But what stood out to me was that song. Like that song.
You know it?
I did.
Okay, good.
It was actually really, really good. But the trailer looked clean.
Did you Shazam it, or how'd you look it up?
I just Googled it.
Okay, cool.
Trailer song, blah, 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 popped up. Google Play Music, got it. How familiar are you with the Gears?
I've only beaten 1, and it's been on my backlog from hell that I want to go and tackle 2, 3, 4, and then Judgment. So, but 5, normally I don't like playing later games without beating all of them in a series, but I might skip this one, because it's on the Game Pass. It's not like I'm waiting to go buy it. It's on the pass.
You have the Game Pass.
Yeah, I might just jump on it and grab it. You've beaten a couple more.
Yeah, well, I'm glad the Game Pass came around because what I did is I played Judgment when it came out on Xbox One. Loved it. Cool. I was like, oh, cool. Maybe I'll go back and play because I missed the Gears of War train. Went back to play one of the 360. Could not do it. Like everything's back there. I was like, no. So I kind of skipped 1, 2, 3. The remaster comes along in the Game Pass finally. So I'm like, that gives me a reason to do it. 5's coming out. It's going to be nice. So I'm really looking forward to getting actually this whole lineup knocked out.
I was gonna say something else about Gears 5. Yeah, multiplayer, because we have our old video of the multiplayer stuff. So
the Batista.
Oh yeah, Batista. Yeah,
I saw a snippet of that.
Yeah,
I'm not quite sure what that was.
I don't know if he's officially now going to be a character in there, but
what it looked like.
He looked dope too, because I was reading the thing on Twitter where he's now a part of it. So I know he was championing for it for a while. He really wanted to be a part of it, and then they finally got his due. So that's pretty cool. Also, guys, on the Game Pass though, that they just launched today was Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3 combined on the 360 is on there, as well as Dead Cells. Now, I never played Dead Cells. I think CN did. I think he liked it a lot. But the fact that you now can play Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3, I love 2. Andrew loves 3.
And I've only played 1.
He's only played 1, so it's a perfect time. I can't stress this enough. I don't know how anybody that owns an Xbox does not have the Game Pass. Like, it alone just gives you this catalog of games that you can just play for.
Dude,
and they cycle it out every month.
Advocate. I'm in a group called Gaming Dads, and they're all over the world. And some guy posted, he's like, I'm selling my blah blah blah. Do I get the Game Pass? And my dude, yes. And so I post a little reason of why. Everybody's like, Game Pass, Game Pass, Game Pass, Game Pass. I'm like, dude, I stopped buying games because they all end up on the Game Pass.
Yeah, I got burned on Devil May Cry 5.
Yeah,
like, okay, cool. It's on the back burner, and then now you can get it on the Game Pass.
Dude, we laugh about that.
Oh yeah, I was the butt of that joke.
Yeah, man, it is just they're doing it right and they're doing it well. They're switching games out and they're putting great games on.
Yeah,
even the indies are fantastic. Old Man's Tale. Perfect.
What I've been doing lately is on the Game Pass app, if you have it, you can get score for playing certain games. So like one of them was like I think for this week was Go Back in Time, and you as long as you unlock an achievement from Kingdom Come, I think Shadow of War and Shadow of Mordor, it'll net you some points, and you can use those points to go redeem it for like gift cards or get months of Game Pass and stuff like that. So really cool and ever growing.
Real good incentive to do it.
Yeah, so the next thing, guys, we want to talk about is the Nintendo Direct just came out, and I'll leave a link in the description for that as well. Essentially, it gave us 40 minutes of what is upcoming for the Switch. We're not going to go over the whole thing. Again, this is going to be a shorter episode, but some of the highlights that were there is Overwatch, which is one of the biggest games out, is actually coming to Switch on October 15th. They showed off Luigi's Mansion with some new levels and a new gameplay mode called Scream Park, with Luigi's versus Gooigi's. That was pretty cool.
It was one of the one things that stood out to me because we didn't get a GameCube, kind of missed out on Luigi's Mansion. I've never played it.
I've only played the arcade one.
The game looks beautiful, and one of the things that stood out when I did watch that was the multiplayer, because it showed one system, 2 controllers split, 8 characters. They can do a 4-on-4, like the mini games that we're adding, and it looked like there was more than one type of mini game on there. It looked really, really good. And the one thing that stood out to me was kind of like one of the levels they're adding are tomb suites.
Yeah,
where
it's
a pyramid in the thing, and he's running, and you just see a little Indiana Jones boo doing him, and that really caught me.
Yeah, it looks really fun, and that game, it's coming right around the corner. Super Kirby Clash looked cool. It kind of looked like a version of like a Super Smash Brothers, but with all Kirbys. Trials of Mana looked really good. I want to play that. That comes out April 4th, 2020.
Tickled me, yes.
And they showed up a couple new characters for Smash Brothers. Banjo-Kazooie, or I think it's just Banjo now. Kazooie will be with him. Mm-hmm. He's officially launched today, and I saw that they were showing off Terry from Fatal Fury.
Terry Bigard,
he'll be a character. And now Doom from like the original 64 is coming on November 22nd. So
yeah, I thought a really cool piece of trivia on that was Doom 64 was on Nintendo 64, obviously. This will be the first time it's officially been on a Nintendo product since 1994.
Oh, dude.
It has not been on Nintendo since Nintendo 64.
That's nuts.
I thought that was very, very interesting.
I actually was just watching. Did you watch that Joe Rogan with John Carmack?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah, and he goes over how that code is going to be survive forever, and you can play it on anything that runs like higher than like a 32-bit.
Yes, if you guys don't watch Joe Rogan at all, watch the John Carmack. I love he talks about him. That was the tournament I gave my Ferrari away.
Yeah, and the next year they do $1 million or something.
Watch that one.
Yeah.
It was very, very good.
So that is pretty much the riffs. Unless you had anything else you want to riff on.
Not really a riff. One thing that stood out. I'm gonna go 2 more things that kind of stood out to me watching that. The Dragon Quest 11S. I never played a Dragon Quest game. Nope. It looked really good, but a cool feature was it being able to switch back between the HD and the 2D graphics. So you can actually go back between the 8-bit sprites and switch back. And I'm not quite sure how that works as far as story, because it kind of just reminds me of like when you play Halo Master Chief Collection. You can switch back to the Xbox original. Daniel's mind with that. So that was one thing that stood out. The other one...
Oh, Daniel was playing with you?
Oh, yeah. So we love that. The other one was Divinity Original Sin 2 is finally coming. One of the key things it said is that you can do cloud saves between the Steam and the Switch version of it. So I don't have a Switch yet. I don't do Steam, so I'm just kind of curious on if like you log in with your Nintendo login, so it reads you from Steam. So I thought that was kind of cool, though. You can go on the game, pick it up from Divinity. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, we'll definitely check that, because we have Divinity on
digital.
Xbox.
Yeah,
but
CN's big into that. I started it.
Switch keeps gaining these games, man. I love it.
And their RPG catalog is building. Man, they look really, really strong coming up. And
they had, of course, there was more information on like Pokemon Sword and Shield they were doing and stuff like that.
And then they're actually getting one more thing. I think was an original IP, Rogue Company. They didn't show a lot, but it did look like a Halo-esque game where it's 4-on-4. It was going to be their multiplayer game. Looked good.
Nice. So that is pretty much the highlights of our riffs, guys. Before we end, we still got a little bit of time. We want to keep it. Try to keep it as close to 20 minutes as possible. So, do you want to recap what you've been playing?
Yeah, we can recap what I'm playing. So, I've been playing Final Fantasy VIII, my friends.
I know you would.
It has been the game of my childhood, the one that defined me. He played 7, I played 8. So we kind of made a point we don't play each other's games. So 8 really was a special part of my life through junior high, high school. It was my oh shit moment at E3 that Mandrew said.
Yep.
And I'm just really having a really good time.
How does it look now?
Oh, it's beautiful. Okay. And one of the things that I really, really liked is when you start the game, it doesn't let you skip the opening cutscene. You have to sit. It's the one they showed at E3, so we've all seen. That's the
battle, right, where he gets.
Yeah, so you have to sit through it and go through it, and it's really, really good. They did a really good job on it. It's really nice again to play the card game, because I just beat FF9 remaster, finally. And the FF9 card game is shit, and then Triad is just so good. So I've actually spent like 3 hours just going through that game again. And
achievements for it.
There's an achievement for playing one game and winning, so you get that. And I want to say there's an achievement for playing 100 games.
Oh.
So, and then, the card collecting is part of it. What was cool on the card game, though, that's different from 9, where 9 officially says, like, when you're reading the rules, not a part of the game. 8 is pretty cool because there's later on in the game you can refine the cards. So you actually get certain items out of him. And if memory serves, when I played my original one, when you go to the moon, spoilers, there's a certain card you can only get on the moon, and when you refine it, it gives you, I want to say red potion for lack of a better word, but that's what gives you the invulnerability item that you can use and that's how I beat the sorceress, is you actually get 99 of them for refining this one card that you can only get. So as I'm playing, a lot of these things are kicking in and coming back, and it's a blast.
Well, how much did it cost? $19?
Ooh, yeah, $19.99. I want to say, the cool thing was, that just triggered me, is I pre-ordered it because I saw it. I'm like, fuck it, I'm getting it, pre-ordered it. It's supposed to come out on the 3rd.
Okay.
So I'm playing Doom and Destiny, and I'm sitting there playing, and a little thing pops up on my screen that says, Final Fantasy VIII ready to play. And I'm like, it's not midnight, because I'm playing on the 2nd. And I look, I'm like, it's 9 on the dot. I'm like, thank you, East Coast time.
Yeah.
12 to you. So luckily I got a nice fat 3-hour session right before I had to go to bed. And it popped up and let me know, so I was very, very happy. I snapped the shit out of it to you guys.
Nice,
so
yeah. I
had a blast playing it, man. Would definitely recommend picking it up. Aaron Castro, I know you're sitting on it, so get it, my man.
Yeah, he definitely needs to, because I've been kind of holding off on a big game I want to play because I know we were leaving town. But when we get back, I want to dive into FFA because I never got to play it. We used to play it, and it looks good. So 7 and 9 came out, and I was gonna play 9, but I'm like, no, I'm gonna do 7, then I'll do 8. Then I'll do 9. So, but I just recently beat Devil May Cry 5, which was an awesome game. Check out our Instagram. We do kind of small reviews on games we beat. It's a very clean game. It's an interesting storyline, and it's got these epic kind of boss fights that you get to play. So, and guess what? It's on the Game Pass. So if you have it, check it out. But you just showed me a new game that we both kind of started playing, this Doom and Destiny, which essentially is a game that I feel like is perfect because it's an RPG about these guys that want to play Dungeons and Dragons, and then now essentially are the characters playing this game and leveling up and having classes and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, and what's cool is because we're always searching through the Xbox Gold with games, they always do deals, and there's one little thing that popped up, and I was like, that kind of looks Dungeon Dragon-y. So I watched the trailer,
and it fucking is
full-on parodies of everything. Like the items you're finding for health are chips, and you're drinking beer for MP.
I love that part. That was the best.
But what was cool is they had an hour trial where you can just download the game, play it for an hour. You still get the achievements, and it cuts off at the end and says, hey, if you want to keep playing. And the good thing was, I think it was 30% off. So instead of 15, it was like $8 to buy the game.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. So I bought the game. It was great. Had a good hour. I mean, it's a solid little game. So what I've been doing is I'll go home because RPGs you always kind of forget where you're at.
Yeah.
I'll play 20 minutes of that just so I don't forget where I'm at, and then jump right to 8 to the rest of the night. So those are like the two kind of games I'm switching off right now.
I like that a lot. I should probably start doing because I started playing Doom. And I want to sit down and invest some good time in it, but because I like to collect all, if it's a game that's doable, I like to collect all the collectibles. So I follow like a nice like Maka's guides and stuff like that. Yeah, I love that fucking guy. And so I started that, but again, since we're leaving, I won't have time to dive into it. But I am going to take the Switch with me. I think I'm going to play a little Breath of the Wild.
Ooh,
that, and I think CN is going to hook me up with the Octopath Traveler when we get there. So
I'll bring my hard drive.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. I'm gonna bring mine harder too, just so we can fuck around up there.
Dude, I'm at work thinking of triads. I'm collecting my cards, man.
Nice. Well, guys, that is the end of this filler episode. So again, this will count as an entry for the Nintendo Switch Lite. So make sure you guys go in there. Make sure you guys follow us at Last Call Productions on Instagram. Make sure you follow us at Twitter at Last Call PRODZ. Check out our Facebook page at Last Call Productions or at Last Call 928. Send us video game questions, guys. That's one of our favorite segments we like doing, is answering your guys' questions. I would like to in the future, if we can't do a full episode, do something more like this and maybe just do a whole episode where we just answer your guys' questions. So submit those. You guys can do that at our YouTube channel, obviously, or you can send them to our email at lastcallproductions@gmail.com. And also, guys, if you're looking for any of our older episodes that are audio only, you can check our audio podcast out at Castbox. So until next time, guys, Craig Perales, Geno Perales, and cheers.